E1 from the 3x3 gang, a man who's disliked by a lot of fans and even some people in his own gang, and on the 25th of January 2025 was stared death straight in the face.
Fam, I am not Edmonton. Are you sure, fam?
Sorry to Tion, M24 and Burner for trying to line you out of the video. I spoke to my big brother, he told me it's wrong and I understand that. I'm sorry, I'm sincerely sorry.
You're not doing it again, talking thing.
Funny shit.
You're gonna stop all this chatting thing?
Stopping all the chatting.
Alright then, the same.
Ask him if his mum's front door's alright, mate.
In this video we're going to be looking at a drill rapper called E1, a man who's often laughed at in the drill scene and has a lot of videos on the internet of him being ambushed by his rivals, nearly costing his life, but yet continues to be a part of the road life. Like always, I'm going to try to keep this video brief and sweet and not go too in depth into everything, but touch on the history of E1 and the antics he's done over the years, leading him to be considered as one of the most hated and mocked UK drill rappers. Before I begin, I just want to say that this video is not to glorify crime in any sort of way, but to provide information on individuals that are part of the UK drill scene. And with all that being said, let's get straight into it. E1 reps the 3x3 gang in North London, Edmonton. But before 3x3 came around, Edmonton in 2003 would be run by Shank Stars, who patrolled the Bouncers Road area in N9 and would often be spotted around the Edmonton Green bus station.
So stunting round here will only get you robbed. The pinky ring on my finger's worth more than all you got. I could buy you, but really I don't want a cop. The bandana's green, car rep my block.
Shank Stars and the Tottenham-based gang MPK, short for Northumberland Park Killers, had serious beef. And around 2005, a Shank Stars member called Fatboy and 3 others would stab a 16-year-old kid so bad, it's rumoured that they fully opened up his stomach. Around 2015, different sets in Edmonton would now start to emerge. The oldest that were part of Shank Stars would continue using the name N9, whilst other sets in Edmonton will form, such as 3x3 Bouncers Road, 3x3 AFG, 09B and 900. Now that we quickly touched on the history of the Edmonton gang, it's important to mention that the 3x3 gang E1 reps has beef with Tottenham gang MPK or Sin Squad, which I previously mentioned, but one of the more well-known beefs is the one with GMG, Get Money Gang or AP Albany Park, based in Enfield, EN3. AP, also known as Gangfield, would be cool with Edmonton until the late 2000s. N9 Olders and another Edmonton gang called Them Africans or DA would constantly rob Enfield members until they had enough and would go on to stab and kill a DA member called White Chops. There's footage uploaded on YouTube where you can see several GMG members chase after White Chops, whose real name is Niggas McLean, around the Jet petrol station on Bouncers Road. White Chops tries to cycle away, but the gang eventually catches him, and that's when they start stomping on his head and stabbing him. It's said that they stabbed him so hard the blade from the knife snapped off the handle. The war will now begin between Edmonton N9 and Enfield EN3, and it's still going on to this very day. Going back to E1, he will go to school in Edmonton, but he won't really be involved in the gang life from a young age. But from articles I read online, it says that he knew olders that were part of the N9 gang and would often chill with them after school. From time E1 was chilling with these older N9 members, it won't be long until the Enfield side, GMG, will become familiar with his face and class him as a rival member. Fast forward to mid-2017, E1 will be catching the train from Edmonton Green Station to Enfield, which is when Enfield members spot him and ask if he's involved in the beef, which he denies. So one of the Enfield members starts recording, which is when this video emerges.
Fam, I am not Edmonton.
Are you sure, fam?
You can film this time.
But if you're Edmonton, I'm gonna smack your face. Mom, dad. On a bro thing, like, I'm gonna smack your face. Bro. Don't lie to me, fam.
You've heard this numerous times.
Say no. You don't even.
The incident wouldn't get much attention around 2017 when it was released, because like I mentioned earlier, E1 wasn't really involved in the gang beef, and not many people knew about E1 as he wasn't making music around this time. From 2017 to around 2019, E1 would have a lot of run-ins with the law, and would see himself behind bars for possession with intent to supply, and would get remanded for what is rumoured to be firearm charges, coming from an arrest because he was being a nuisance in public. While sitting in jail, E1 started looking into jumping on the music scene and would drop a jail freestyle dissing the Enfield gangs, AP, GMG, aka Sin Squad.
E1, man. Anything green gets burned. Let me get back, cause no one in that has ever shot. I was in jail just cooling off, wanna get touched. And Mark is known for the snitch, I don't even know how he killed on blocks. I tell your bossy, he got shot. That's his hand nearly falling off. Rest in peace to the dead of pops. Save your shit with God.
Where E1 claimed in the previous video not to be involved.
Fam, I am not Edmonton.
It was clear from this freestyle he was now fully part of the Edmonton gang and would now beef Enfield. Around 2019, once E1 came out of jail and was back on the roads, he would release a tune called Just the Beginning with another 3x3 member called ZT. Remember the name ZT because he makes a return later on in this video. Anyways, the tune would end up getting taken down because of the violence mentioned in the music. One of the things that fans hate about E1 is that in a lot of his music, he will constantly diss dead rival members over and over again. and would even be considered as one of the rudest drill rappers in the scene at one point. E1 would diss OFB Bando K's dad, who a lot of you guys will know as Mark Duggan, the man who was shot dead by police on August 2011 and caused one of the biggest riots in London that was broadcasted around the world.
Means I know someone stressed cause the dad's in the group. Babby loves talking my name, she reminds me of Bando King.
He would also go on to diss another dead AP member called Skengs, who was killed by a crackhead whilst he was sleeping and was stored in an attic for 8 months.
The man they're fried trying to send for the guys. Skank full living but Skanks ain't alive. Don't lack in the day like dreads, lack in the night you can end up like Skanks. It's meant to the life that I live's intense. I'm beefing kids and grown-ups.
E1 won't stop there and will rattle some more people when he mentioned another dead member called Chaos on his Plugged In with Fumes the engineer. E1 will go on to say the other one died on the wing, there was no way he'll survive in the drop. To give you some context, Jamal Mahmood aka Chaos will be locked up in HMP Pentonville prison, but on October 2016 he gets approached by a Wood Green member called BK. The two will start arguing and it's believed that this was because of drugs rather than a gang war, as Chaos was a known drug dealer on the wing. Things will start to get heated and BK will go on to stab Chaos multiple times, and once he was done he would throw Chaos's body off the 5th floor of the prison, which was a 30-foot drop, hence a line there was no way he would survive in the drop. E1 will start to get a lot of hate for his disses, but would respond on Snapchat talking about how when other rappers diss a dead it's okay, but when he does it people have a problem. The hatred for E1 would lead to people digging through his past, which is when the 2017 video of him denying being part of Edmonton would start to surface again, but this time getting a lot of attention as he was known in the scene and had a lot of eyes on him. UK drill fans and other rappers would run with this video and start mocking E1 relentlessly, to the point where if you go to any one of his songs you will see a bunch of comments spamming "I am not Edmonton," and a lot of his fans would jump ship and start to hate as well. He will go on to release a song called Life Story where he responds to the situation, and in the lyric breakdown video he clears up that he wasn't involved at the time but wasn't sitting on the fence either. This song did numbers and sitting at 7 million views on YouTube. The hate will slightly start to calm down after this track, but E1 will continue getting hate and mocked in the scene for other things like G-checking youngers, with some of them literally being in school clothes.
This is exactly what happens in Enfield. Snapchat checks. Why is your phone not out? Back it out, twin, have you checked him? Good. No, man. Island Village Estate. Why not? Ops will talk on my name. When I decap, they're not trying to stay.
E1 is a very odd guy in terms of the things he does, and would even start unnecessary beef with a member of Zone 2 called PS.
I don't care about all of these, your beef in it. I don't care about you lot's beef. I've got beef down south, bro. I've got bare beef down south. I don't care about you lot's beef.
They're not in PS.
You get me?
Mum's life, this Edmonton, E1ZT, you're gonna hear about us.
I'm right
To our hood. Do we see us coming to Peckham and do these cheeky snaps?
We don't come.
Bro, we don't come to Peckham and do these snaps, bro. We don't come to Peckham. Zone T! This silly boy, PS.
Hey, Future, come outside. Hey, Ali, come outside.
Silly.
Hey, come outside.
Yo.
Hey, Ali, come.
Oh man, silly boy.
Silly cussy.
Ask him if his mum's front door's alright, mate.
E1 along with ZT will pull up to PS's mum's house and attempt to beat her door down, and would even record the situation laughing and mocking him. This is also another reason why people hate E1, because there's literally no reason for him to be doing all that. Before we continue, if you've made it this far, it probably means you're enjoying the video, so drop a like and subscribe to support the channel. These antics from E1 would have people calling him a clout chaser, with fans and ops wishing for his downfall, and only a year after, another viral video of E1 would get posted.
I'm sorry to Tion, M24 and Burner for trying to lie on you lot at the video. I spoke to my big brother, he told me it's wrong, and I understand that. I'm sorry, I'm sincerely sorry.
Brother, you're not doing it again, I lie.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing no f*** again. You're gonna stop all this talking thing.
No funny shit.
You're gonna stop all this chatting thing.
Stopping all the chatting shit.
Alright then, say no more.
July 15th, 2022, E1 will be kidnapped by N9 Olders and forced to apologise for trying to set up rappers M24, Burner, and even his own boy Tion Wayne, who's also part of Edmonton and has a tune with him. It was said that he gave info to an op about the video shoot location. In the video, which I can't show on YouTube, you can see E1 getting slapped around and told to stop doing all his funny antics online. The video went absolutely viral in the UK drill scene, and E1 will be mocked and violated heavily across social media. E1's ops will go on to mock him, with Tion Wayne also responding to the situation. But it won't just be his ops laughing, because chats leaked of his own friend ZT mocking him about the situation, and even A1 from the 9 saying not to compare him to E1. Following the situation, E1 will get kicked from the 3x3 AFG set and will make his own set in the 3x3 gang called ALG, which stands for LF Gang. It's rumoured that after the kidnapping video of E1, he said we're going to stab an N9 older called D1 in the neck, but fans would continue to laugh and mock him. E1, knowing how viral the situation was going, would use all the attention to promote his song Mockingbird that was due to release. This marketing tactic would actually work because the song ends up blowing up and hits the charts, with a message in the beginning addressing the situation. After all this, E1 will start releasing music that would do numbers, because even though people hated him, they were still listening to his music. E1 will now focus on the music scene and tries to leave the gang life behind, but this is not where the story ends. Around mid-2024, E1 will be spending a lot of time in Milton Keyes, with a lot of people believing that he moved out there to focus on music. While E1 will continue his antics and goes on to rob a Milton Keyes gang member. It won't be long until the Milton Keyes gang spots E1 and they run him over. MPK members go on to mock E1 again for another embarrassing incident. It just seems that E1 loves the hate he gets and can't seem to get himself out of trouble. On the 25th of January 2025, E1 will go viral again, but this time for being stabbed in public as bystanders gather around to stop the bleeding from his face. Remember how the N9 olders in the kidnapping video will tell E1 to stop running his mouth on the internet? Let's just say E1 didn't learn his lesson. Around 4:30 PM on January 25th, the group of N9 olders who kidnapped E1 will catch him again. And in the Ring doorbell footage, you can see a car cut off E1 as he tries to run off, which is when they stab E1 in the neck and face. In the video, you can also hear members shout "blow him up" multiple times, and from where they were aiming, it really does seem like they were trying to end E1 for good. As you can guess, he's also had a field day with this video, but with the fans, it went from actual hate to genuine concerns. Drill fans will comment for E1 to just stop the gang life and hop off, because the amount of videos out there and all his antics is just embarrassing. The thing with E1 is that he actually has a talent for music because his songs do numbers, but he's in this constant loop of trying to show that he's a top gang member and write off all his L's that he's taken. It's truly sad to see, because all the hatred that people had for him in the early years has just turned into them feeling sorry for him. He survived this attack, but if he continues on this path, he might not be so lucky next time. Whilst making this video, it's rumoured that E1 died from the incident, but I don't think that's true, with most of this info coming from his ops and has not been confirmed. Like I always say, if you take anything from this video, let it be that the gang life is not something you want to be involved in. And do let me know in the comments if I missed anything that should have been included in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.